All right, welcome everyone to today's webinar with MAPS Group Coach Rachel Adams. So please note this webinar is being recorded and you will automatically receive the webinar recording. If you have any questions for your coach, please type them into the questions box located in your webinar taskbar. Following the webinar today, if you have any questions, please email us at fasttrack@kw.com. All right, that's all for me. Go ahead and take it away, Rachel.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get my screen on. Give me just a sec. I'm hardwired in at my real estate office. So hi, guys. Good morning. Okay, can you see me? Just triple checking. Hopefully. Let's see. I'm going to put the chat on so I can see you guys talking. I am going to just check here. So I just wrote in the chat box, hello. If you guys can see me, my face, and if you can tell me where you guys are tuning in from. Right now we have 171 of you. I know more are going to be coming as we go because it's realtor time, so I get it. But if you guys are here, go ahead and reach out to me. Tell me what's going on. Where are you hanging in from? Where are you tuning in from? All right. So my name is Rachel Adams Lee, and I am super excited to get to connect with you guys today to talk a little bit about one of my favorite topics, which is social media. I actually was just in Maryland. I went from West Coast. I left my house at 2:30 in the morning last week, 2:30 in the morning on Thursday, got to the East Coast, and then taught that next morning and then flew back to West Coast. So it was like I was a ping pong ball basically in the United States. So it was really fun. Okay, so I want to make sure this is working. Let me just double check. I want to see you guys. Yep. Oh, good. I can see you guys. Hello. Chelsea, Mark, Michael, Jane, Betty, Julia, Chris. There's all you guys. Tampa. Bob says he can't see me, but everybody else can. I don't know. They can see my face. Cool. Gosh, you guys are coming in from all over the place. How cool. Super fun. Okay, great. Well, good. Okay, I'm excited. Let's get started. So I wanted to share with you guys a bit about social media today. And if you guys can share with me how many of you feel like you are social media masters. So if you had to rate yourself, 1 being you need a lot of help, and 10 where you feel like you really dominate social media at a high level, you get a lot of referrals from it, 1 to 10, where would you guys rate yourself? So one of the things you guys will know is I really like communication. So let me know where you guys are at. So 1 to 10, how do you feel about social media, your skills? We're going to be digging in today, talking about some of our big ahas we've had with social media, and hopefully you'll get a few little nuggets from it. So I want to share with you a little bit about who I am. My name is Rachel, and I always like to share, for those of you who don't know me, a little bit about my story before I dig into the good stuff. So I have been in real estate about 6 years now, and I got into real estate in 2012 when it was a really tough market. There was a lot of short sales, REOs, and everybody said, don't get into real estate right now. And I was like, challenge accepted, right? So I really feel like I wanted to understand the market. And when I got in the business, I was, real estate agents were kind of slimy and all this stuff. So I got into the business, and I was working at a desk job at a real estate office, and I was unlicensed, and I was seeing all these paychecks coming through, right? And they're way much more money than I'm making. And I was really wanting a different life. I mean, I was in an unhealthy marriage. I wanted more for my life. I also didn't know exactly how to get there and how to achieve it. And I went to a class called Bold, which, how many Bold graduates here? If you guys have graduated Bold, I want you to tell me you graduated, and I want you to say how many times you've taken Bold in the comments. So tell me how many times you've taken Bold. I've now taken it 7 times. And, I went to the first step of Bold, and I heard a quote that changed my world. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. So I was always in the scarcity mindset. I can't quit my job. It's safe. I know exactly how much money is coming in. And yet, what if I did quit my job? Well, what if I was on a salary or on a commission basis instead of salary? Well, there's no cap on how much money I could make, right? And I get to create my own destiny. So, I did that. I decided that I was going to quit my job. jumped into real estate. And yeah, a lot of you, look at you guys are bold graduates, 5 times. Get it, Andrea. That's awesome. And so I jump into real estate, and I will say, the beginning of it was a really challenging first year. Those of you who have followed me know that I door knocked 200 doors a week, and I did 3 open houses a week. And that was for the first 8 months in real estate. And we know what you do today, you see 90 days from now. So it literally took me 4 months before I even closed my first transaction. And that is crazy. P.S. Look how cute this water bottle is. It makes me want to drink water because it's so summery. So I get into real estate, and every time I hosted an open house on social media, I would say, come see my open house, come see my open house. Now, I never said it was my listing. One thing I realized that with social media is that perception is reality. So everyone out there is like, who the heck is this blonde girl, and how does she have so many listings, right? And it was kind of crazy because I feel like, it was my first aha that social media was so much bigger than me. And so I decided that I wanted to start investing in social media and connecting with people. And, this is when, this is before Snapchat came out, and I just really focused on Facebook and Instagram. So that's really what I'm going to talk to you guys about today, because I feel like that's kind of the foundation of how I built the business. So my first year ended up selling 9 million, then 19 million, then 35, then 45. I was named Wall Street Journal's top 1,000 agents in the country. That was really exciting. That happened my third year. I ended up writing a book that was all about me learning how to find myself after divorce and really figure out my purpose. And then I launched my MAPS coaching series, which what you're going to learn today is kind of a snippet of what I teach when I coach, we're talking about social media. But my coaching series, it's a 12-week, it's a 10-week webinar series with a half-hour live Q&A and a private Facebook mastermind group. So it's honestly like everything that I wish I knew when I started that I didn't know. And it's been amazing. And I've coached over 778 people in the last 2.5 years, and it's just such a joy in my life. And the one thing that you guys will know about me watching is that I'm very transparent. And so I'm not going to sit up here and tell you that life is so easy in real estate and that you don't have to work hard or any of that. You do have to work hard, and you do have challenges, and yet there are ways that you can handle it with grace, and you can bounce back, and you can take the learning lessons from it. So that's really what I like to coach. And I'm still in production. So I'm the lead listing agent on the team. And in fact, as soon as I leave here, I'm driving to Elk Grove, California to go take a listing. Mind you, I just said I don't go on a listing appointment. I take listings because that's the kind of agent I am, and that's the kind of agent you're going to be. Okay, I happen to be married to the most attractive man in America. This month, June, is going to be our 1-year anniversary. We got married last June in Mexico. Super fun. And then I also have a shampoo company on the side. So I believe in multiple streams of income. And what's really cool is with social media, you're going to see how social media can be a massive platform for you for all things you want to do, all passions you can do. So this is a little image of our team. And I'm going to go ahead and type this in because people always get stuck. So I'm going to type this in for you guys real quickly. Oops, it's not typing. Hold on. Weird. Okay, well, it doesn't want to type. Okay, so what you're seeing here, this is our slogan and our logo. For those of you who have not created your logo yet, I'm going to give you an awesome hack. I talked about this on the last one, but it is called logomyway.com. Logomyway.com. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I'm going to try typing it in down here. Can you guys see that, what I just typed in? If you can see it, let me know, please, because I want to know that you can see what I'm sharing with you. So logomyway.com, they are every time I've created a new business logo, that's where I've gone. And what's really cool, oh good, you guys can see it. Okay, sweet. So I'll type down for there, you guys can see it up here. So this is our logo. Now, when you are thinking social media, one thing you want to always think is consistency. Consistency with your brand, consistency with your message, consistency with who you are and what you put out there, right? And so when I decided I wanted to draft a new logo, I went on logomyway.com, you put in like 3 words that you feel like really are the message behind your business, and then you get to say kind of who your audience is and all of that. And so this is what I came up with for mine. You have people from all over the world, graphic designers from like Uganda, Ukraine, California, all over the place that are competing for your business. They'll tell you to spend the $1,200, spend $200. Spend $200 and try it. If any of you have done your logos, I would love to see them. You can private message me them on Facebook. I am such a fan of them doing your logo. And then a really awesome thing that you can do, which we're going to dig into social media. And one thing you'll hear me say a lot is the point of social media is to have interaction. People love to share their opinions, you guys. And when you get down to your final 4 logos, put it on Facebook and get their buy-in. Say, hey, I'm just curious, which one do you like the best? Your opinion obviously matters to me, and I obviously am going to be working with you. So your opinion matters. Do you like A, B, C, or D? And I will tell you that will be one of your most commented posts that you can do because people love to give their opinions. The other thing is your slogan. So our slogan for our team is we live here, we work here, we're here for you. We live here, we work here, we're here for you. Why? Well, because we live in the community, we work in the community, and we're here for the community. And so what you will see through me is that whether I am doing a door knocking script, whether I'm doing an open house flyer, or I'm doing a video on Facebook, they're all going to have my slogan. We live here, we work here, we're here for you, right? Because we live in the community, we work in the community, and we're here for the community. All right, so let me go. I want to share with you guys a few more things. So this is right now is the org chart for our team. Our last webinar, I had a bunch of people ask me, so I wanted to make sure I addressed it with you. So I am the CEO of our company. My husband, Ryan, he's a mechanical engineer. So he is actually the productivity coach for our team, and he's also the president of the company now. So Ryan and I run the team, and you're going to see this. This is kind of where the new Red Book is headed. The last version we had sales and admin, right? And sorry, so I just saw someone make a comment. A lot of what I'm going to talk about is going to be in relation to real estate because that's my primary career, and I'm a MAPS coach with a real estate company. However, a lot of what we talk about in social media, you will be able to apply to whatever your other business is. So thank you for tuning in, and just wanted to address that. Oops, sorry guys, getting ahead of myself. Okay, so what you'll see here is we have lead gen, admin, and sales. So lead gen and marketing, that honestly is going to be, they've added that in because the ISA, the inside sales agent, is such a big piece of our business now. And so getting clarity on your organization is really important. So this, you can just take a look at mine so you can kind of see what our team's about. Admin, we have a director of operations, transaction coordinator, admin assistant, virtual assistant, a runner, someone who handles video and marketing, and then in sales, like I said, I'm still the listing agent, and then we have our buyer side. Patrick Smith is our director of sales. He gets a 5% override on all the buyer's agent's production, and it's pretty awesome. Now, what's really important also is when you're looking at growing your business and growing your team, I don't care what industry you are in, there is still a time when you would need to bring talent in. And what I would tell you is that when you are looking at your business, when you are looking at growing your business, I want you to think about who is the missing person. So what I actually did when I was looking at my business is I cataloged what I did for 2 days in a row. So I literally said, okay, if I'm going to, hold on one sec, somebody just asked a question. Can I expansion teams? Do I show this bracket to clients? Okay, so expansion, so what expansion is, and I'm just going to address questions as they come in. So if you guys have questions, just bear with me because a lot of times if you're wondering something, someone else is as well. Expansion is basically, so I'm in Roseville, California. That's my hub. This is where everything operates out of. If I wanted to expand to another location, I would basically have to find a really talented agent, a missing who comes to me and says, I want to join your team. Now, I will tell you, do not expand. Do not think you are going to expand into another market until you have mastered your systems at home, okay? Because the very first time I expanded into a place called Cupertino, California. It was 2.5 hours away from me, 3.5 hours with traffic, and to get there by 9 a.m. I had to get this ready, and that takes a half hour, right? So I was literally getting up at like 4:30 in the morning to drive down to be there, and I was stressing myself out, and it ended up being a $42,000 learning experience. Why? Because I know my hourly rate, how much time I drove down there. I know how many transactions we closed. And I was like, I'm going to buy them office furniture. I did this the wrong way. I shut that expansion team down. And what I realized is you are the talent, you guys. You were the reason someone enjoyed your team. So the hub, that's where the systems are. That's where the strength is. And when I have an expansion agent now, they come to our team meetings at my market center. We do calls every Monday. So every Monday we do what is called a team powwow. And this could actually be something really important for you to be able to implement into your business, a team powwow. So every Monday at 9:30, everybody on the team comes on the call and they say something great that happened to them. And they talk about what happened over the week, and then they say their goal for the upcoming week. And then our admin's actually on the line and she takes notes. It's just a really good way for us to connect. And then after we get off the phone, it says, hey, Rachel, you said you get 2 listings by calling your ABCs in your database. Patrick, you said you were going to get 2 by our broker signed, right? And then at the end of the week, we have a 4-step process we do. This is what we do at the end of every week. So number 1, it's we say, okay, what is our goal? Okay. Then number 2, what are the steps I'm going to do or the tasks I'm going to do to achieve the goal? Number 3, at the end of the week, how did I do? And then number 4, if you didn't achieve the result, what can I do differently to achieve a different result next time? So that's a really powerful thing we do. And then, when we look at our team, what I always do is I would look at my schedule and I'd say, okay, how am I spending my time? And I literally cataloged like what I did, what time I woke up in the morning, how many times I hit snooze. It's okay if you're hitting snooze. I do it too. But what our day is looking like, how we are categorizing our day, what we're spending our time doing. If I'm on Facebook lead generating, but really I'm just looking at videos on YouTube about cats, that doesn't count, but I had to write that down, right? So I'm writing down all the different things I'm doing for 2 days and I'm watching my time. And at the end of it, I go back through and I had to circle everything for me that was a money-making activity, everything that was a money-making activity. And so what I did is I made sure that the things that weren't a money-making activity, that was a missing who, that was a person that I needed to hire to bring into my business so that I could then move forward. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and skip forward. I know we have some other questions. However, because this is about social media, we had some questions in the last webinar, so I wanted to address them for you. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of skipping forward to get to social media because that is the meat of our topic today, okay? Let me get through this. I teach a lot, so you guys know that. Okay. So the first thing I want to talk to you guys about when it comes to social media is being crystal clear about your branding. I want you to know exactly what is happening because when you are doing your business, people are watching you. And if you're constantly coming up with new pictures and new logos and all, right? And so what I wanted to bring to your attention is how important branding is. Now, those of you who have taken Bold, you will already know about your RAS, right? Your reticular activating system. And yet for those of you who don't, I want to share this with you because it's really, really important. So your RAS, your reticular activating system, it's that little thing in the back of your brain that when it's activated, you start to notice things around you. So I want to use, for example, a Ford Focus. Say that I'm going to go to the dealership and I'm going to buy a Ford Focus. I get in the car, I test drive it, I like it, but because you're not always wanting to like jump in, do the first, buy the first car, say yes right away, you think about it. So you drive home and you're thinking about it and you look up to your right and you see a billboard for a Ford Focus and you're like, oh my gosh, that's so crazy. I literally just saw a Ford Focus. And I just test drove that. And then you're driving down the freeway and you see a billboard for 2 more Ford Focuses. And they're just everywhere and they're parked next to you when you're or they're next to you when you're driving and they're parked to you at the grocery store and you're like, what is going on? Like, where are these Ford Focuses coming from? Well, reality is those Ford Focuses have always been there, but now your RAS is activated to them. So I like to use that example and then relate it to your real estate business. So if you look at your real estate business and you look at your branding, how consistent is your branding? Because what I have to tell you is on social media, consistency with your brand matters so much. So what you'll see is obviously you'll see here my business cards, a thank you card, a presentation folder, an e-banner for Facebook. E-banner for email, a background for Facebook. All of these things are consistently branded because what starts to happen is you do a video, right? And you have your video and you have your logo and it says, we live here, we work here, we're here for you. And people are like, wow, okay, that's really good. I get it. And then what happens is they say, okay, I'm driving down the road and I see a sign for Rachel. And I'm like, oh my gosh, there's that girl again. And then you're at the grocery store and you see me at the grocery store and you're like, gosh, how do I know her? Their RAS is activated to me. And the thing is, you want to be really consistent with your branding and your message, because the more consistent that you are, the more people are going to know who you are. And then when they need to buy or sell or invest in real estate, they're going to come to you. And now your brand. When you look at social media, I have to tell you, your brand does not have to be just one thing. Because when you are using social media for a business platform, if all you do is talk about real estate, buy real estate, sell real estate, look at my open house, look at this award I won, people are going to drown you out, because they're going to say, you know what, I'm not interested. I get it. I know you're a big deal. I see your stuff, but they're not going to want to engage with you. The point of social media is to have interaction. And, I obviously have been able to build my real estate career through social media, right? So the year before last, we sold 23 houses. Now we've sold, last year was 64 houses just from Facebook. And these are not paid ads, you guys. These are authentic communication connection, which is what I'm going to go through with you. I was able to launch not only my real estate business, but a second business just through social media, because I'm not afraid of embracing who I am. People work with people they like, and they like you. And yet, if you're just talking about real estate, you are missing the mark, and you're missing that opportunity to really connect with these people. So this is an example of some of the stuff that I talk about. I mean, I am going to teach you guys how to get clarity around your social media brand and your business so you really can feel comfortable. And yet, I know who I am on social media. I'm very passionate about my marriage, so I talk about that. Obviously, you see real estate down there. I talk about friendships, deep communications. I talk about coaching because I'm a real estate coach, public speaking. I'm an ambassador for an anti-sex trafficking nonprofit, which is what you see at the bottom here. And that's a really big part of my world. And so I talk about that. People work with people they like. So what we're going to do today is we're actually going to give you an entire business model and a platform so that you can actually get clarity around what you're talking about on social media, how you're talking about it on social media, okay? And so this is an example of what I do. Yes, I have a secondary business in real estate, and I'm not afraid of it. And with social media, the thing I want you to think about, and I want you to write this down if you guys are taking notes. With social media, or with door knocking, I can talk to one person, right? But with social media, I can talk to thousands of people simply with the click of a mouse. So the goal, this is what I want you to write down. The goal is to stop the scroll. The goal is to stop the scroll, okay? So when you're on social media, you want to think, how can I engage with people? How can I interact with people so that they're going to like my posts, comment on my posts, but primarily the biggest deal is to share your post, okay? Kira just asked about business page, personal page. I'm going to be getting into all of that. Don't you worry. Now we're getting into the nitty gritty. Now, people work with people they like, and they like you. And so you have to get clarity again around who you are and what you're talking about. So when we talk about social media, if you don't have a notepad out right now, I want you guys to get a notepad out or make sure you're taking notes. And please, if you have your cell phone, I understand that. The only reason that you should have your cell phone out right now is to be taking a selfie of you doing this webinar with me. Take a picture of it, tag me on Facebook. I want to know that you guys are hanging. Otherwise, if you're not going to do that and show me that you're hanging out with me, put your phone away so that you're focused. How you participate here is how you participate everywhere. So I always tell my agents when they are looking at their business, I want them to think of their business like the legs of a chair. And if there's 4 legs to a chair, what are the 4 legs to their business going to be? And by that, I mean, what are the 4 ways they get leads from? Now, I always say, number 1, for every single one of you, it's going to be your database, the people who like you, who love you, who'd refer deals to you. And for this example, I want everyone to imagine that number 2 for them is social media. Social media for the next 30 minutes is going to be a leg of your business, and we're going to teach you how to do that. And then 3 and 4, honestly, you guys, that is up to you. Maybe it's open houses, maybe it's door knocking. I mean, it really can be up to you. And yet it's important, I feel, to know where your business is coming from, because maybe you're spending money on something that you're not getting a return on. Okay. So one of the things we talked about in our last client event webinar is I wanted to get real clarity on what I was connecting with people throughout the year. And so one of the things that I found really, really helpful was the 33 touch. And so I took our Keller Williams, we have our E-Edge 33 touch. I took that and I broke it down by month. And so I came up with 12 things throughout the year that I would want to connect with people and add value to their lives. So if you guys missed the last webinar, I'm going to just skip through the slides quickly. Go back to my YouTube page. So if you go to YouTube/Rachel Adams Lee, you guys can watch the How to Rock a Client Event webinar, and I go in detail on these different events, but I'm just going to skip through them so we can keep going on social media. Okay, now let's talk about the 80-20 principle. With social media, you're going to do an 80-20 principle. So what that means is you are going to be talking 80% personal, you guys, where you're going, what you're doing, what you're reading, what you're eating. 20%, only 20% is going to be business, okay? 20%, so 80-20. That's your new rule. We always talk about the 80-20 rule. This is your new 80-20 rule. People do this backwards. They flood their Facebook page with their business and you become deletable. They unfollow you, they unfriend you. And the point of this is to have interaction and to build your business. Now, two kinds of pages. I always have a personal page and a business page. Always, always, always. And I will tell you, all 64 of those referrals, they came from my personal page, you guys. People work with people they like, and they like you, but they need to know who you are. They need to know what you're connecting with, right? Now, the business page, you absolutely should have a business page. You can flood that with all your client events, open houses, community stuff, and also that's where people can leave you reviews. And it's really important because when people are looking you up in Google, what you'll find is that they're going to see your business page, not your personal page. So you absolutely need to have your business page. And I will tell you, keep your branding consistent in this stuff, you guys. In your business page, have this branding be the same branding you have on your listing panel, on your sign, on your business cards, okay? Like right here, I have my business cards and everything is branded. All my stuff is branded, looks exactly like this. Now, when you go on my business Facebook page, you're going to see the Rachel Adams group. And every time that I talk about the Rachel Adams group on my personal page, I'll always tag my business page. And yet all of my referrals came from my personal page, okay? Yes, someone asked if I can give the link to my personal page. So let me give that to you guys. Actually, I will give you, well, you know what I'm going to do at the end of this? I'm going to have a page where you can see all my different social media platforms and you guys can just copy them so I don't have to type it out, okay? All right, so two kinds of pages, right? Personal and business. Post 3 to 5 times a week. Now, if you're using social media as a business platform, I want you posting 3 to 5 times per week. Best times to post early in the morning. Now, I will tell you that if something is happening, so I use an app on my phone. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like because it's awesome. So I have an app on my phone and it's called Google Keep. And what's really cool about Google Keep is this is where I can track my posts before I post them. So if you have not downloaded that, I am going to type that in here for you guys. So let me type that here, Google Keep. Okay, so download Google Keep because what that is it's this really cool app where you can actually prep your posts ahead of time, put your content in there, put your emojis in there, actually get the picture in there, the filter, get everything ready to go so that you're ready to go. You have your 3 to 5 posts ready. So I actually have my next like 6 or 7 posts ready to go. And then I don't actually post them till I'm ready, right? Till it's time. And yet I know that the only thing that would supersede a planned post is going to be if something happens in real life that I feel is important and would add value to my people. Now, if you are going to an actual event, say that you make a post and you're going to like the horse races. You're not going to post the next day about the horse races. You're going to post when you're there about the horse races so people in real time can have interaction with you. And yet, if you're going to be talking about connecting with people the best way, it's in the morning because then they have the most time throughout the day to be able to reach out to you. Advertising and brand recognition. Now, this is really where your RAS is going to come into play. You want to make sure that you are consistent with your branding. Advertising, I'm telling you, every time that I talk about the Rachel Adams Group, I tag our business page. I have our consistent branding because you want people to know who you are and to know that if you're this consistent in your branding, what is it going to be like working with you? Because this is their first taste of you. Number 4, open houses, closings, business highlights, client interactions. Now, what's really fun about number 4 is this is really going to be more of your 20%, right? This is going to be your business. And I encourage you. So we're going to talk at the end of this about Facebook Live because it's such a massive, massive part of social media now. And when you're doing an open house, instead of just posting, come see my open house, and you post the pictures, I challenge you, the next time that you have an open house, do a Facebook Live. I mean, I literally, some of our most attended open houses, we obviously are going to post, some pictures and we do the prep work for the open house. And then when I'm there, I say, hey guys, Rachel Adams Lee, I'm sitting out here in front of 123 Main Street. You are not going to believe these beautiful mature trees, right? And I'm showing them the trees and everything. So they're getting to check out the area. And I'll say, now this house, oh my gosh, it's incredible. It is 2,200 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. This kitchen, you guys, it is a chef's dream. I got to take you inside. And then you kind of start to walk inside. You're like, wait a second. Why don't you just come see me from 12 to 4 on Saturday, and I'll give you a personal tour of the house myself. Click, done. It's just about getting the excitement. It's about getting the interaction. It's about having the connection with people, okay? Client interaction, oops, sorry. This thing is really, don't look. Keep your eyes closed. Okay. It's really important when you're doing business highlights. So I like to always share with people when we get an award or something, right? So it is important when you get an award to share on social media that you got an award. And you do not want to be a Brachiosaurus Rex. There's no point in being that person who's like, look at me, I'm amazing. Look at me, I got this award. The thing I want to share with you is it is important to share your awards because it shows credibility. It shows you're good at what you do. And sometimes if you do it the wrong way, it can run people the wrong way, right? So I want you to remember when you're sharing an award, be humble. I want you to remember the reason you got that award. People are trusting you with the biggest financial decision they will ever make in their life, and they chose you. So you want to make sure that you show gratitude and you do it in the right way. Number 5, games, questions, pictures, video. We're going to dig into that a little more in a minute. Again, the point of social media, comments, likes, and shares. Now, when I'm talking to you about this, you are going to be saying to me, okay, Rachel, well, I feel like I'm on social media. I get on there. I like a bunch of people's posts. Be honest with me. Do you actually look at the people who like your post, or do you just go, oh, I had 36 likes on this one. Cool. Oh, I had 105 likes. Neat. You're more likely to look at comments, right? So don't sit back and think that you are being high level on social media. If you just sit back and you're just liking, you know what you are, being a lazy liker. No one likes crazy.
Hey, Rachel.
I want you to interact.
Sorry to stop you. For some reason, it kind of like went out there. It sounds a little robot-y.
Okay, well.
Okay, now you sound perfect.
Okay, if it goes out again, let me know. I'm hardwired in, so let me know if it goes out again.
Yeah, sorry about that. You sound great now, though.
No, I appreciate you letting me know. Okay, thanks. Okay, so, and then I have a couple questions I want to address here. So what is the etiquette on sending friend requests to past clients just do? So I actually do not add anybody on social media until after I'm done with the transaction with them. Now, of course, you're not the type of agent that's going to be complaining on social media about your clients. And, I will share a story with you that's really important because I had a time where I had a client and we were in escrow, and she called me and it was about 4:30 in the afternoon, and I was actually out having some self-care time. So I was with one of my girlfriends getting a pedicure, and my client called me at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I didn't answer because I was having self-care time, right? And what ended up happening is my girlfriend that I was with posted a picture of us getting a pedicure on Facebook. And at that point, I did not have my privacy settings on where I had to approve posts. And the client called me and she was livid. She was like, it is work hours. How dare you not answer my call? I need you. Da, da, da. Well, a couple things. One, we didn't end up continuing to work together because she needs to understand I get to have a little bit of breathing room. And then two, if I would have had my privacy settings on, she wouldn't have been able to see what I was doing. And a cool thing to know is if you have your privacy settings on and I approve that post later, it's going to timestamp it for when I approve the post, not for when it actually was happening. So it could have avoided that. And so I actually don't add people on social media until after I am done with the transaction. But in all transparency, I'm like, Matt, you get 5,000 friends. I'm maxed on friends and I have about like almost 10,000 followers. So people don't really add me on Facebook. They follow me on Facebook. And it is important that you're aware of what you're putting out there. Okay, so let's see. Next thing, sorry, this is not cooperating with me. Client testimonials. Please make sure that when people are taking their time to leave you a testimonial, you share it with people, you guys. People love to see the happy homeowners. So take a picture of them, pop a filter on it, and then you can do an awesome app where so Instagram has this one called Cloud Connector, and you can basically take two pictures, put them together. So I'll take the testimonial, and then I'll take the picture of them, put it side by side, and post it, and it's very well received. Now let's talk about what you post on social media. Now, if you're going to use social media as a business platform, we talked about the 80-20 principle. So every one of you right now, what I would like you to do is I would like you to write down 1 through 5. And what we're going to figure out here is what your 5 social media passions are. So number 1, obviously, because we're in the business, you're going to put real estate. Or if you're watching this and you're in another industry, put your career down. So number 1 is going to be your business. That's your 20%. Now, 2, 3, 4, and 5, I want you to think about what you're passionate about. Maybe you have kids and you're married. If you are, hopefully they're one of your passions. You're going to put them down. Maybe you like hunting and fishing. Maybe you like shopping, working out, clean eating, travel, whatever it is. I want you to write down your 5 social media passions. And then once you get your 5 written down, I want you to share them with me in the comments. I want to know what you guys are talking about, okay? I want to know what your 5 social media passions are. And if you're unaware of what your passions are, I want you to think when you are on social media, when you are working, what stops you? What do you stop and comment on? Because most likely if you stop to comment on something else, it's something that gets you and you could potentially be passionate about it. So you're posting 3 to 5 times a week. You can actually prep this out. Okay, well, I'm going to do 1 about travel this week, 1 about fitness this week, 1 about my marriage and my kids this week. You can actually prep this out. So for those of you who are nervous around social media, it becomes something you're excited about and you embrace versus something that you're nervous about. So go ahead and put your 5 in here for me. Awesome. Fitness, real estate. This is good. Yeah, you guys are doing great. Now let's talk about the power of a post. So say, has anyone here ever heard of your edge ranking? Your edge ranking. So I want you to think almost like of an umbrella, right? And up here at the top of the umbrella, this is the big daddy. And the big daddy we call Google, right? So with Google, they are watching how much impact and social influence you have to know how highly your edge ranking is. And the way to have your edge ranking go up, it's connection, you guys, it's communication. So I told you post 3 to 5 times a week. So you can say, okay, Rach, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make a post today. I'm not good on social media and yet I want to master it. What a beautiful day. Okay, good. But then the only one that likes it is your mom, right? So that's kind of not what you're going for. So what if you said, what a beautiful day today is? What are you doing? See, if you ask a question, then you're more likely to have interaction. And when you have interaction, that's when people can connect with you. Now, even better, question in a picture. What a beautiful day today is. Click, what are you doing? Or this is my view today, what's yours, right? When you ask a question and you give them something to look at, they're much more likely to respond to you. And then you just need to make sure that if they are writing to you, you take the time to respond back to them. And I will tell you, I actually time block for Facebook for me and so and Instagram because I want to make sure that I am getting the most that I can out of my connections. So instead of just always being on social media, because we know it's like a trap, right? It's like a black hole. Like, I'm lead generating, and then you're commenting on everyone's Facebook pages, and you're watching videos on Instagram and YouTube, and then you're down the trap, you're down the hole. So I make sure that I time block. I have a time in the morning for social media. I have a time in the afternoon, and then I have a time in the evening. And I do plan on doing a Facebook Live on my personal page at some point about setting boundaries for your work life and your personal life at home, because that has been something people ask me about a lot, and I'm really passionate about making sure that I have my marriage and my home life is number one, and social media can definitely get in a little bit if you're not aware of that. So I'll address that with you guys at some point here soon. And then question it a video. Video is the number one way that people are going to, it's the highest rated thing you can do on Facebook right now to have the most interaction, and you want your edge ranking high. So you want to be asking questions. You want to be commenting on people's posts. Someone had asked me about the algorithm for Facebook. I'm going to be addressing the algorithm with you guys in just a minute for how to beat the algorithm, okay? Let's talk about some common mistakes. Number one here, don't post and ghost. What that means, if you take the time to make a post, I want you to take the time to respond to these people. It's not like, okay, I did my post, everything's good. Poof, wait, where'd she go? No. This is a business platform for you, and people are taking their time to write to you, to comment to you, so you need to make sure you take the time to write back to them. Avoid confrontational topics. Okay, so we all know that there's a lot happening in our world with real estate. We know there's a lot happening with our world with politics. Politics, my friends, religion, right? There are things happening that are very confrontational. Social media, if you're using this as a business platform, is not the place to air that, okay? It really isn't, because you want to make sure that you are connecting with these people on things that is a wide audience where you're not taking too big of a stand. So make sure that you just stay pretty general. And of course, you have opinions. Facebook's not the place to air them. And just because you didn't post it, if you comment on someone else's a strong opinion and that's screenshotted, it could be used in court, you guys. It is a serious deal, so you want to make sure you take that seriously. Check your privacy settings. So I kind of already shared my story with you about my client who I added to my who saw my my post about getting a pedicure. Just make sure that you have privacy settings on, and what that means is that people can't post pictures on your page or tag you and stuff before you approve it, because you want to make sure that you have control of your social media. It's the same thing in real estate, right? If you're not running your business is running you. If you don't run social media, it can run you. It can take over. So you have to set boundaries around when you're on social media, what you post on social media, what you let others post on your social media. So Jenny just said, are my posts mostly on my personal page, then I tag my business page? Yes, absolutely, Jenny. I am mostly talking about how to build a platform on social media, and majority of it comes from your personal page. Your business page is where you're going to do client events, open houses. You're going to talk about, where to watch the fireworks for the 4th of July. Your business page is for business. You're not going to say your favorite green smoothie, right, on your business page. You are going to say that on your personal page. And then everything I post on my business page doesn't go on my personal page. I really do implement that 80-20 rule, because I want to make sure that I'm not being too much for people. So I always think about it this way. Like sorry, I'm getting comfortable now. When I have email, I wake up in the morning, and the very first thing I do is I look at my email, and before I even open them, I look at who it's from in the topic, the subject, and I delete it. And I'm deleting them, I'm filtering, right? And reality is most real estate agents are deletable on social media and in email. And so when I think about social media, I think, okay, how can I add value? How can I connect with these people? How can I be the person who is posting things that really gauge an interaction, so that they say, yeah, gosh, I feel like I always get some good stuff from Rachel. So we can go through my personal Facebook page, and we can actually scroll through it at the end of this if you guys are interested in that. And I can kind of share with you my mindset behind some of my posts. When I do them, sometimes it's to help people dream. Sometimes, like when we got our brand new backyard, I was so excited about it. And the thing that was so cool is people have known me because I'm transparent on social media. They feel like they know me. So they knew me when I was, door knocking 200 doors a week, when I'm siphoning gas out of a motorcycle to a car to get me to a showing. You know, they knew me when I was dating Ryan, and they knew when we got married. And then when we get this house, they're celebrating with me, and they're commenting and they're liking it. And one of the things that I feel like people miss in this genuine connection is, even if there are, so even if the algorithm changes, the one thing that will never change is genuine human connection. And so when someone likes my post or they comment on my post, I'm not kidding you. I will literally look at who liked my post. I will take that. I will, you know how if you click on it, it'll show you all the people. I'll literally go through, I'll scroll over, I'll highlight all those people. I then take that, I copy it, and I put it to a Word document, and I go through, and that's my social media lead gen. And guess what I do? I reach out to those people, and I see if little Johnny just graduated, or if they just celebrated an anniversary, and I reach out and I say, hey, Jenny, thanks so much for commenting on my post this morning about my trip with my girlfriends to Bellingham. It's so important to have a special group like that. Do you have a group like that as well? I just saw that little Johnny just graduated. How exciting for you. Right? So what did I do? I thanked her for commenting on my post. Now, Jenny just liked my post. She didn't even comment, but she interacted with me. When someone likes your post, or they comment on your post, or they share it, they are saying, hey, I'm watching you and I'm interacting with you and I want to talk to you. So then what I do, lead generation for social media, honestly, like selling 64 houses is no joke, right? And the way that I've done it is, someone reaches out to me, I then reach back to them and I look at their life first. I don't just say, hey, thanks for commenting on my post. Had a great girls weekend. No, I ask a question. I look at their social media. I see what's happening with their life, and I connect with them. People work with people they like. Are you connecting with people, or are you just sitting back and hitting like? You want to get past the barrier so that you truly, truly can connect with them. And be aware of your audience, right? I know that I have a lot of different people, and I always say the right people are going to work with me, and so the wrong ones aren't, right? And that is okay. So when people choose to not want to work with me, or they think that I'm too fluffy or too happy, I'm totally okay with that. This is my life. This is my world, and it's my environment. And same thing goes for you with you guys in your social media. When you are on social media, if you see something that somebody posts and it gives you a yucky feeling in your stomach, or it makes you be like, gosh, I didn't know that that person reacts like that, unfollow them or unfriend them, because you get to be in control of your environment. And the number one thing that's so important throughout our day is to keep a strong, positive mindset. And I will tell you that sometimes, like, there's been people who will share a video of somebody getting like beat up at a grocery store thinking it's funny. I delete them immediately. That is not the kind of person that I want in my life or as my friend. I don't care if I've lost business with them. You need to be in control of your environment, your people you surround yourself with, and also on social media. Okay, somebody just says, how do I send the thank you note? Great question. Carlos, it's by private message. I send a private message. So when someone likes my post, I will then send a private message to them, and I'll go into that in a minute because that beats the algorithm. So it's really, really cool. Lisa just said, how do you set privacy settings to approve posts? You're actually going to go to your privacy settings on social media. So you'll click home, and then you'll go to your privacy settings. And I'm more than happy to walk you through that if you can't figure it out, Lisa. Austin just said, do I brand everything on my personal page? If it has to do with the Rachel Adams Group and my 20%, yes, Austin, I do brand it. All right, so let's talk about a cool story. This is a really neat story that I think will add value to you guys in your business. I'm also going to do a quick time check. Okay, we're doing great. So this is an example of a flyer. So I'm going to share this story with you guys, and then I'm going to encourage you to break out of your comfort box to do a little bit of this yourself. So
Hey, Rachel. Sorry to stop you again, but there's no audio. She can't hear me either.
gosh. Oh gosh. Hold on. Can you guys still hear me?
We can hear you now. We couldn't hear you before.
How much did you hear me talk about this flyer at all? Whoops.
No.
Okay. So this, sorry, I don't know why audio is going out, you guys. My apologies. Thank you for letting me know. Oh, there I am. Okay, cool. So about the flyer, cool. So this flyer, so my business coach, do mastery coaching with David Jones for Maps Coaching, and he called me and he was like, "Hey, Reach, I know your goal is 50 million. You're on pace for 30. So what are you going to do about it?" And like any really smart agent, right? I'm like, I don't know. And he goes, "Okay, well, your profit and loss is too high. You started your business with door knocking and open houses. So those are the two things we know build your business. Which are you going to go back to?" Now, I hadn't worked an open house in like 2 years. I was like, oh my gosh, I do not want to give up my weekend. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do door knocking. So I reached out to my real estate team and I said, hey, you guys, we are going to do a team door knocking day. And they were so excited. And the thing for me that was funny about this is like, I started my business door knocking, right? 200 doors a week, 3 open houses a week. This is how I built the business. And what I realized is that I had stopped leading by example. I stopped doing the thing that built me the business. Now, did I expect my agents to still door knock? 100%. And yet I wasn't leading by example. So I sat them down and I said, all right, you guys, first off, I want to own this because I expect you guys to door knock, and I haven't door knocked with you guys in a long time. So I'm going to lead by example. We are going to take this flyer. So we created this flyer, and you guys can see what it says. Your neighbor listed their home with a top team in the country, the Rachel Adams Group, and they're so happy they did. We had 5 offers and $19,000 over the asking price. What does this mean to you? The market is hot. If you're on the fence about selling your home, now is the time. Let us give you the current value of your home today, right? And so we have agent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, price point, how many days to close, how much they're putting down, and then all the financing. And so we took 5 agents, 500 flyers, and we door knocked the neighborhood. And when we door knocked the neighborhood, what we'd say to them is, hey there, my name's Rachel Adams Lee with the Rachel Adams Group at Keller Williams. You know, I'm not sure if you know, but we actually just sold your neighbor's house for $19,000 over asking, and we got 5 offers on the property. So that actually means a couple things to you. One, houses are going for more in your neighborhood than a lot of people thought they were. And 2, we now have 4 homeless buyers who are pre-approved for up to $500,000 who want to move into your neighborhood. Now, because of this house going for so much over asking, now a bunch of your neighbors wanted to know how much their house is worth. Did you want in on that as well? And I'm like nodding my head, right? And they're like, yeah. And I'm telling you that last little part that I came up with, because your neighbors, because of this going up, now your neighbors want to know how much their house is worth. Did you want to as well? And I'm not kidding you, you guys. It was like the craziest thing. And so because we had so many people interested, like that responded well, we had 500 flyers, right? 5 agents, 2 hours of door knocking. We got 4 CMA requests. 4 CMA requests, and 3 of them have since closed, and 1 of them turned to a refi. So I thought about this and I thought, oh my gosh, couple things to this. One, this is a huge deal. I just got 3 new listings for 2 hours of time, and I'm thinking, right, like how much more business could I get consistently door knocking? And then the second piece to it is I thought other people have to hear about this script. So because I am a real estate agent and I'm a businesswoman, I thought, okay, and I told you I built my business with offering value to people, right, and helping them grow. And one of the things I want to share with you guys as real estate agents, if you are not in these different groups, you are missing the opportunity. There are so many real estate specific groups where there's all realtors in there, and it's a captive audience. And you can help them and you can help build the business. Now, I told you we had 64 referrals come from Facebook. A lot of them come from real estate referral groups because I'm connecting with them. So I went in there and I forgot the number 1 rule too when you door knock: wear comfortable shoes, right? So I am actually wearing those shoes right now. But I got blisters. I got a blister on my foot. So I took a picture of my feet. I put the Band-Aid on, right? And I popped a filter on it. It says Real Talk Blisters. And I made a post in the real estate group. And I said, okay, Real Talk Blisters. So this is the deal. I believe in full transparency. I think too often we see someone fancy sitting on a stage, or you're here like top 1,000 agent, and you think, oh my gosh, they probably don't even have to lead generate anymore. Business just flows to them. Their life is so easy, right? Like, have you ever thought that? Because I know I did. And I said, I wanted to share with you guys what happened. I got called out by my business coach, right? And I just shared the story. But then I said, if any of you would like a copy of the flyer or a copy of my script that I used for door knocking, leave your email for me and I'll be happy to give it to you. You guys, 580 comments, 580 agent emails, and 580 people to add to my database. Like, are you kidding me? And what I realized from that is, oh my gosh, this is all about connection. This is a beautiful audience of people who I could learn with and grow with and add value to. So what I did, because I'm the kind of agent who does what I say I'll do, I sent them an email. And guess what my email said? It said, hey there, guys. Because I'm the kind of agent who does what I say I'll do, I wanted to reach out to you. Thank you so much for commenting on my Facebook post about my aha moment with door knocking. I wanted to give you a copy of the script and a copy of the flyer, so you'll see it attached here. And I also had recorded myself telling the story on a video, and I uploaded it to YouTube. For those of you asking, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the website really quick. YouTube.com/Rachel Adams Lee. Okay. Why is that not sending? Oh, it's the chat. Hold on one sec. Copy. Okay, cool. So that is the link where you guys can find that. So what I did is I sent the email out, right? And I said, I sent them the video, the script, and a copy of the flyer. And I said, I hope this adds value to you and your business. By the way, if any of your people are buying in Northern California, I'm your girl, right? So I shared with them something to add value to their business and to their life. And then I said, if any of you have any, if you have any referrals in my area, I'm your girl. You guys, I received 16 referrals in the month of May. 16 referrals. Now, of course, not all of them panned out. And yet it was this huge aha moment for me that these real estate groups are gold and that you need to be communicating with them. So just because you don't have a story like this, they are in there asking, hey, you guys, I'm struggling with an open house objection, or I'm wondering what your closing gifts are. If you are a person who's constantly in these Facebook groups, connecting with people, adding value to them, adding value to their business, well, then they want to work with you. And then when they need to have a referral in your area, they're going to tag you and they're going to grow with you. So it's a really, really powerful thing. Okay, let me just check on questions for you guys. Cool. Okay, good. You guys got the link. It's good. Definitely don't put your email in here. Sorry, that was a script that I told them. I'm not going to be emailing you guys this. But if you guys go to, so the way it works is if you guys go to my YouTube channel, you can actually click on the video, and in the body of the description is going to be a copy of the flyer and a copy of the script. So go on the YouTube channel. That's a lot of good content for you guys too. But yeah, don't put your email in here because I'm not going to be sending you stuff from here. That was my script I did when I was setting this out. Okay, now this is another really cool thing I want to embrace with you guys. And I know we're getting tight on time, so I will speak quickly. Now, a lot of you know, I'm going to be doing a big Facebook Live on my page about how I broke into the luxury market. I've been in real estate 6 years, and I just recently broke into the luxury market, and I was up against 4 other agents for this property. It was $1.7495 million. I was up against 4 other agents. I had the least experience. I have never sold in this community, and I came in with the lowest comp for them. And yet I got the listing, and I'm gonna do a Facebook Live on my page talking about this property and how I broke into luxury and objections and all of that. The reason I wanted to show this to you is after I got the listing, you guys, now mind you, a lot of how I got the listing was because of social media, and we talked about my social media presence and how I can use social media to my advantage and all these different things. When I reached out to all my friends that do luxury at a really high level, I talked to them and I told them about the listing, and I said, Rachel, I know that you love emojis. No matter what you do, do not put emojis on this post. Do not put emojis with social media. Emojis are not for luxury properties. So you guys see right here the example of what I did when we had our when I did my open house for this property. And the reason for this, you guys, people work with people they like. The reason that I got that appointment and the reason that I truly got that listing over the other agents who I interviewed against is because of me. They believed in me, and they believed in the social media influence that I have and how I present my luxury properties and my custom websites and all the different things that I did, right? And when I did this and she saw it because my client was on social media, right? And this was on my business page, the Rachel Adams Group, which you guys see up top there. That's where you can search for it. She loved it. because people work with people they like. So I want you to think when you're doing social media, you don't have to have this perfect image. You don't have to make sure everything is shining and sunshine all the time. Should you be negative and be like, gosh, I'm having a bad day? No. Should you be that person who tags in at the hospital but doesn't say why you're there? Please no. You're my least favorite person if you do that. It drives me crazy. And yet, the point of social media is to connect with people. It's to build conversations. And, you know, I stuck true to who I was, and it got me a luxury property. And now what's so cool from this luxury property is I got this property. I now have another one that I just listed for $997. I have another one for 1.4, and it only takes one to break into luxury if you advertise them properly. And social media is your platform to truly, truly take advantage of that. Okay, I'm going to get in real quickly to beating the Facebook algorithm because I know we're getting short on time, and yet I feel like this is really important. So when Facebook changes their algorithm 4 times throughout the year, okay? 4 times throughout the year. So most of our friends, when you have, like I said, I have my 5,000 friends and my like 10,000 followers, right? Well, in reality, for me and for you, only 7% of your friends are seeing what you're posting, which means you're only seeing 7% of what your friends are posting. Now, the way to beat that algorithm is to be authentic. It's to have communication. It's to genuinely connect with these people. So I'm going to give you a couple tips to do that. Number 1, the power of a private message. When it is someone's birthday, and that's a screenshot of my personal Facebook page. When it's someone's birthday, do you usually just write on their page, happy birthday, Rachel, happy birthday, Jessica, and then at the end of the day or the next day, they send a blanket message, hey everyone, thank you so much for all the birthday love, yada, yada. Because it's too many people and they're not going to respond to like 100, 300 people. How many of you have private messaged someone? How many times have you private messaged someone on their birthday? You guys, the highest you can get out of the algorithm is 40% out of that 70. They don't let you get past 40 right now. And yet the way to do that is getting a private message. When you private message somebody, boom, they're more likely to respond to you in a private message. And once they respond to you, you're out of that 7%. The other thing you do before you make a Facebook post, okay, this is going to be time consuming and it's worth it. Before you make a Facebook post, I want you to comment on 10 people's posts. So 10 posts, a comment of 5 words or more. Not a like, don't be a lazy liker, an actual comment. So before you make a post, comment on 10 people's pages, a comment of 5 words or more. And be intentional about these people. If you see the same people over and over and over, they're clearly in your 7%. To get to that 40, you have a dream team. You have people who you want on your real estate team, on your other teams. You have people who you want to connect with at a deep level. You have people who you want to refer business to you. Comment on their pages. Connect with those people. People work with people they like. What are you saying to them? How are you connecting with them? Clearly, I get a little bit passionate about this part, right? Okay, let's see. And then interactions. So interactions are really, really big. Like I said, so this was a cool example. When I had launched the shampoo company, I am not going to reach out to someone and be like, hi, do you want to buy shampoo? Because that'd be weird. And that would be like, hi, do you want to buy a house? No. Instead, I talk about other things and then I connect it. So I would literally, with this one, I talked about how Ryan and I had changed out our toothpaste and our mouthwash and our deodorant, and we were looking for a clean deodorant, and does anyone know of any? So I have 27 people who liked it, right? And 27 people who commented. So do the math, right? I get to reach out to every single one of those people. And do you think if they like clean deodorant, they also like shampoo? Probably. Same thing for real estate, you guys. People are wanting to connect with you. So if they are reaching out to you and they're commenting on your vacation you just went on, reach back out to them and say, thank you so much for liking my post about going to Bermuda. Have you ever been to Bermuda? God, it was incredible. Oh, I see that little Johnny just graduated. Look at their page before you reach out to them. If you're using this as a business platform, this is your opportunity. And don't think that just because they're not locally here, they can't refer you business. They 100% can refer you business. Now, again, the point of this is to have interactions. So I have some really high interactions on some of my posts and my videos. When I did one about my personal affirmations, like my daily affirmations, positive thinking, obviously, inspirational quotes and affirmations, that's a part of who I am, and everyone who follows me on social media knows that. So that's one of my passions, right? That's one of my my 80% that I talk about. 211 likes, 211 people I can communicate with, 14,000 people either liked or watched or connected with one of my Facebook Lives. Facebook Lives are everything, you guys. They are so big, and you want to be doing them. And then another one, my relationship. I mean, people knew me when I was single, when I'm dating, and now they celebrate my marriage with me. So when I go on a trip or when I'm doing something, people like to know that you're not just working. I think a lot of times we don't want to make a post too much about personal because we want people to think we're professional. They want to know you have a life. So don't be afraid to share that you have a life. This sunset picture on the bottom, this is a picture of my backyard. Ryan and I bought a new house and we had this ridiculous view. And so I showed it and I shared it, and people celebrate that. An awesome quote: 6 months from now, you can be in a completely different space mentally, spiritually, and financially. Keep working and believing in yourself. 189 people who I could potentially connect with. And it's about building connections, and then people work with people they like. And whether they're going to work with you or refer someone to you, I'm telling you, that's how I get tagged so much in social media, is because I add value to people. I connect with them. I genuinely care about them. And then in turn, they're going to ask about you, because when I ask about you, what are you going to do? Well, you're going to ask about me as well. I think I'm probably like close to out of time where I'm at right now. It's 11:35, so I'm 5 minutes over. Let's see. Catalina, I adore you. You just asked if you can have my presentation. If you're watching this, it's going to be mailed to you, but I don't actually send out my presentation. So you'll get to have this recording. Someone said, how much time do I spend on Facebook? I spend about 2 to 2.5 hours a day on social media. And I have Facebook and Instagram, and my Instagram and Facebook are not linked. They're not linked because it does not hit the algorithm. So make sure if you have your Facebook and Instagram linked, you unlink them, because Facebook doesn't want something that's shared from Instagram. They want their own post. They want their own upload. You know how when you're watching, if you click on a video, so sometimes you're on Facebook and you'll see a video, and then other time, and it's playing, and other times you have to click on it. The reason it's playing is because video is the most powerful thing you can do. Facebook Live is the most powerful thing you can do. The most powerful, highly rated. That is what they're pushing. So get on Facebook Lives, get out of fear, do Facebook Lives. I know we're running out of time, so I'm going to commit to you guys this week. I will do a video on my personal Facebook page talking to you guys about how to rock a Facebook Live, because I think it's really important. And I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks and suggestions for how you can have a really powerful Facebook Live. Let's see. What are my suggestions for running an office page? Rachel doesn't integrate her personal into it. She wants to raise the viewers without advertising. Are you talking about an office page, like a real estate office page? Tell me a little more about that. Okay, so this is I'm going to be talking to you guys about this with Facebook Live. Pick your topic, prep your topic, choose a location to film. Just if you're not following me on Facebook yet, make sure you go to my personal page. I'm going to show you guys where that is. So this is how you can connect with me on Instagram. Find me on Rachel Adams Lee. On Facebook, find me on Rachel Adams Lee. On YouTube, Rachel Adams Lee, and then on Pinterest, it's Deals in Heels. So that's how you guys can connect with me. And then I have so many things to share with you. But the last thing I wanted to share with you is, if you got value out of this today, I would love, love, love to be your coach. This is just a small taste of what we talk about. It's a 10-week webinar series. It's called From Limited to Legendary, your fast track to becoming a top 1,000 agent. You guys, this is only $349. $349 for 10 weeks. You get a full webinar. We talk about 10x the buying process. We have a 92% acceptance rate for buyers offers, 10x the listing process. So if you're not mastering listings, I go through the whole process with you. Personal growth equals business success. I teach you how to set boundaries with your personal life, your business life. We talk about health. We talk about goals, vision. We talk about talent, who to hire, when to hire, how do you know when you're ready to grow. There's 1 week all on systems, literally systems for your business, buyer systems, seller system, admin systems, onboarding systems, how to train people. We talk about mindset. Our whole first week is a mega agent mindset. What is the mindset behind a mega agent? And this is for real estate agents. If you're not in real estate and you're wanting to take it, you can absolutely do it as well. There's so much about mindset in this. We have homework every week. So the way it works is, each week you get a webinar sent to you with a different topic, and you get a workbook, and you download that workbook and you download that week's webinar. Now you have 8 days to watch that webinar and go through all the homework. Okay. And then after, every Monday at 10:30 Pacific, I do a Facebook Live with you. So we have a private Facebook mastermind group. And the cool thing too is once you're done with the 10 weeks, you get to stay in there. So you now have your own private mastermind group with top agents from all over the country. And we rebrand your business. In that Facebook group, it is a half hour of coaching. So the first 15 minutes, I'm usually coaching on something I'm going through because, like I said, I'm still in real estate with you and I'm in the field. So sometimes I'm outside of a listing presentation. Next 2 weeks from now, I'm going to be in Ireland celebrating my 1-year anniversary. So you guys get to come with me on my life's adventures and we grow together. And the second 15 minutes, I'm coaching you on your business and your life, what's going on. So the cool thing is it's group coaching for $349 for 10 weeks. But it's also one-on-one because you get me one-on-one for your business. So I hope you guys found some value out of today. I really, really appreciate your time. I know I've been able to address some of your questions. You guys are asking if you can replay the webinars. Yes, so each week is available. So it's a 10-week webinar series, half-hour live Q&A. Each week is available for 8 days. So you have 8 days to watch a video and do the homework. And then every Monday at 10:30, I do it Facebook Live. So if for any reason you can't watch the Facebook Live, you do it with me, you can watch it later. And the videos, you can watch them later too. So we have really tried to make this as easy as we can for you so that you guys can get the most value out of it. And then Kat just said, if she can't do it right now, will I be doing it again in 3 months? We do launch them. I don't know. I'm probably going to take a little break after this next one. So yeah, I mean, if you can figure it out, I definitely would. And then yes, I can type the website in. So this is the website for coaching, limitedtolegendary.com. So if you guys go to limitedtolegendary.com, you can sign up for my coaching. I would love to be your coach over these next 10 weeks. We start Monday, next Monday, which is really exciting. And you get your first video sent to you, your first workbook, and you get welcomed into our mastermind group. So it's just super exciting. It's really fun. It is a total joy of my life. I hope you got some value out of today. If you have not posted a selfie and tagged me in it, please do. I want to know that you guys are watching. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I'm good about responding to my Facebook private messages. And other than that, I thank you so much for your time. Make sure you're following me on Facebook and let's connect. Bye, guys.